Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm the Second City Saint. I got screwed over in Toronto, Canada, and I've got a lot to say. And I'm gonna take down Seth Rollins and The Rock and John Cena. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm going to address my enemies. Pleased to meet you. My name is CM Punk. Woohoo! Pleased to meet you. Let's go to WrestleMania 41. I'm John Renton with my review WWE Raw from the KeyBank Center in Buffalo, New York. Buffalo Soldier, the light of America. Are those the words? Oh, fuck no. And if you want to know why I'm in a bit of a jovial mood, this show started strong and ended strong, and yes, we are on the chode to WrestleMania, but this review is up hours later than usual for a specific reason. I decided to go watch a Regal mystery movie. It was Novocaine. It's fucking terrific. It has Jack Quaid as the incredibly gorgeous goddess Amber Midthunder, and it's bloody, fun, and even kind of sweet. And I liked it. Fuck you. So it's out next week if you want to check it out. Or there are early access screenings on Saturday. Check your local listings for availability and showtimes. So, I'm going to say again, like I have said in recent reviews, that what I will try to do is get through to the week of WrestleMania and the Raw and likely SmackDown after WrestleMania. After that, I'm going to pick and choose when I review the TV. And unless it's a big show, if there is a Regal Mystery movie that Monday night, I'm going to choose that. And I'm going to watch that and skip that week's Raw. So that's your warning right there. The same's going to go for AEW. I'm going to make some changes to the channel. That being said, let's crack on. They had almost 14,000 people in the KeyBank Center, and it was pretty goddamn full. Chamber recaps. Look, Cena's turn was a big goddamn deal. I'm going to say right now that while Cena's turn truly was shocking, and I think that Cena is going to make the most of this chance to go out however he wants, it is not as good as Hogan's heel turn because, one, Travis Scott was there, and Travis Scott ruins just everything because I don't know what he is supposed to be, famous for doing. Apparently he's a rapper. If what I heard is actually his music, good God, he fucking sucks. He needs to find something else to do. And also Pat McAfee's commentary was abysmal. I'm sick of Pat McAfee, so I'm just saying that right there. You can call it nostalgia, you can say whatever, and yeah, Hogan's a goddamn pile of shit, but that heel turn is the greatest heel turn ever. I mean, you could say Ole Anderson turning on Dusty, but here's the thing, Ole been a heel, all that stuff. I could talk about famous heel turns till the cows come home, but if I keep going very much longer, then the cows are going to be waking up going, rrr. So anyway, Punk arrives and immediately heads to the ring. And he knocks over the Prime display. Good for what a piece of shit Logan Paul is. Knocks over some monitors. And allow me to address my enemies. Since I'm CM Punk, that's everyone. I'm not going to try to recap this entire promo, but this is exactly the type of shit they need to do to light a fire under this whole thing. Excuse me, by the way. Light a match under this whole thing with Punk and Rollins, and Roman's going to return because we're still getting that three-way. I think that's going to end up being probably the Mania Night 1 main event, and Cena and Cody are going to be Mania Night 2, which I think is what needs to happen. And that's no disrespect to the women. I just don't think they have a high enough program for the women to main event, even though I think what they're doing with the women's world title could be interesting, and I'll talk about that here in a bit. Tiffany and Charlotte certainly is not a main event program. So, he calls The Rock a bald fraud. To be fair, he's not wrong. And, he knocks The Rock for everything, showing up when he wants to, and thinking that he runs this place and everything, but then he says the word bullshit a couple times. He knocks Cena, saying, Cena, you basically took something from me, and you took something for all these Make-A-Wish kids. You broke all their hearts, all that stuff. To be fair, I'm not referring to the Make-A-Wish kids, but the kids in the crowd, they were probably upset and good. That's what you little shits get for having heroes and hope. That'll teach you. So that being said, he talks, he mentions the line, Punk does, Becky Lynch, you better come get your man because otherwise I'm going to put him in a wheelchair. Seth Rollins gets mentioned and he comes down, the music hits, and immediately they are brawling on the staging area. Agents come out, referees come out. I would like to note that, good God, referee Jess looks great. I know that's a bit of a weird thing to notice, but she does. And agents are out there. Shane Helms, bunch of people are out there, and they do the breakaway. And they keep making the breakaways interesting. They keep making it seem like it's over, and then they break away. They get to the ring. They get over to the crowd. They're doing some great fights. Pierce is out there desperate to try to get these guys separated. You got to keep them separated. Hey. And it's just so good. We're getting holy shit chants. This is awesome. This is good. This is really, really good stuff. This is a hot way to kick off the goddamn show. This is the most interested I've been in Rollins and Punk since their match that they had on the Raw debut on Netflix, even though I like their interactions at the Rumble. And our interactions at the Chamber were nice. This is the way to kick it off. So hopefully we get some finality, or finality, as it were, fragile, at WrestleMania. But good way to kick off the program. I'm going to say right now, I'm sick of Judgment Day. Sick of them. Disband Judgment Day. Just get rid. I'm not saying get rid of everybody in general, but they did. Balor is not a leader. Like, no matter what they say. Oh, Balor is the leader of Bullet Club. Yeah, here's the thing. Bullet Club used to actually mean something, and that was a while ago. That time is gone. I'm not saying get rid of Balor. I'm not saying Balor isn't valuable. But I'll talk about that more in a little bit. Otis, along with Tozawa and Maxine in a weird hat. Why in the world is Maxine out there in weird hats? This Alpha Academy stuff is bullshit. Gunther knocks Otis for looking weird, being, it's like people say you're a freak of nature. To me, you're just a freak. I wear a belt. You can't find one that fits around you. They cheered Otis, so I hope the Bills and Sabres continue to lose, because that's what you fuckers deserve. I'm kidding. If you guys are from Buffalo, then I hope you had a great time. But seriously, you're cheering this guy. I'm sorry, but that goddamn comedy bullshit, it's ridiculous. And Maxine, it sounds kind of trivial to say it, but if I'm going to talk about people's appearances in AEW and distracting bullshit, Yuta's hair, and a bunch of other stupid stuff that should be trivial, that stupid goddamn hat. Dress like a goddamn wrestler or don't fucking go out there at all. Anyway, they cheered Otis. Gunther had to hit harder than normal because Otis is a big lad. We got some big boots. We got a fall-away slam by Otis. We got a chop fest. Otis did get a 2 count. That was where I noted if he somehow beat Gunther, then I hope that Buffalo, I hope that Buffalo never gets another wrestling show because they don't deserve that. No, I kid. I just hope that maybe Triple H happens to just maybe look in the mirror and say that's a really bad idea. Obviously, Otis was never going to get a chance to beat Gunther. He eventually did get hit with a lariat, but kicked out at 2, and then got hit with a powerbomb. And then put a sleeper on afterwards. Tozawa got in there and got rocked. That's a shame. Maxine didn't get in there. Send your hat in there. It's a better wrestler. And then Jay shows up. And Jay does some stuff, ends up, doing a little bit of stuff, like to try and take down Gunther. The spear, I'm sick of the spear being overused. Steiner and Roman should be the only ones using the spear. Waller and Theory attacked Jay because they had interactions last week. And then he takes them out. And then a sleeper locked on Jay. Okay, that was what it was. Package on Io and Rhea. They've had a lot of history going back a number of years. Going back to the Mae Young Classic that Io won, which I totally forgot they faced off during. And Styles and Cross had a confrontation backstage. Who has the stupider hair? Why is Karrion Kross still being featured and cutting whatever the fuck this shit is, these promos, on television when it has not worked. The Final Testament stuff didn't work. I don't know what Cross's character is supposed to be. Styles is probably going to end up facing Logan Paul, I'm guessing. I don't know how this stuff with Cross helps, nor do I understand how the Women's Intercontinental Championship match helped anybody. Now, Lyra has talent and Ivy has power. I don't necessarily think they gelled all that well. This wasn't awful. It wasn't great. Lyra does have unique offense. She jump-started a dragon screw off the top, which allowed Lyra to sell her leg. I hope she was literally just selling it and not actually hurt. So we get an ankle pick because it's the lower leg. Good stuff there. A German where she landed on her head. Ouch. But then a weird backbreaker variation. I don't know what that was supposed to be. And the Nightwing. 1, 2, 3. So Lyra got the victory. Punk and Rollins are still going at it backstage. Pierce and Rollins yell at each other outside. He says it's him or me. Fine. Settle it in MSG next week in a steel cage. Roman, this is your opportunity to show back up and lay both of them out, and then we get to our three-way. Oh, my. Kaiser is in the ring, talking about how he will be taken seriously. He's a future world champion. He calls out Penta, who shows up to a pop and a bunch of pyro. They have a fracas, and there you go. I think Phoenix is going to be showing up very soon because Khan finally relented and decided to release people that don't want to be there. You can be better than the other company, and if you're not going to feature somebody, why even have them? So there you go. And the same goes for WWE. If you're not going to feature people and you're just paying them and paying them and paying them, you need to let some people go, too. So, Kathy interviews Bianca. I have to note that Kathy looks incredible. And Bianca doesn't want to talk so much about Jade and Naomi until she gets a chance to talk to both of them. I'm guessing that Jade was going to take out whichever one started the chamber, whether it was Naomi or Bianca, because I think they both laid her out, and I think we're going to get Jade targeting Bianca. Should Bianca win the title at Mania? Natty and Maxine were in the back. Natty, I don't know why Natty is not featured in some more programs, and why is Maxine wearing that stupid hat? So, more Cena turn reactions. These were over the top and ridiculous. Yes, it was a big goddamn deal, but this stuff felt rehearsed. Then the Raiders took on the Creeds in a match for the tag titles that I think I might have praised the Creeds a little bit too much early on. Thought they had too much potential because that's been squandered. There were awkward moments here. Brutus nearly landed on his goddamn head trying to do like some kind of moonsault variation. A moonsault misses from, I believe it was Thivar. Julius says shooting star press was very nice, got a 2 count, and then a lariat where one of the guys was held up 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, it was what it was. The Raiders don't really mean much of anything to me as far as tag team champions, but the crowd seemed to like it. Zayn is out for a while. In all honesty, if he is banged up, okay. I was kind of hoping he would be part of Mania, but nevertheless. Ray has the LWO ready, well, Dragon Lee specifically, to take out the New Day next week. And then Balor is calling out Steiner. Steiner's up in the crowd, and Balor's in the ring. And once again, this Judgment Day stuff's bullshit. This ends with basically Carlito being speared outside. I don't really have anything else to say. I don't mind doing a multiple person match. In fact, that might be where Styles actually factors in. And you might have Logan Paul involved in the Intercontinental title mix as well. Maybe you have a ladder match. I think that's a little bit messy. I would personally do an elimination style match, but it is what it is. I'm sick of this Judgment Day stuff, though. This has to end. So many of these factions they went way too long with Chase U and some other stuff. They got to end this shit. More Cena Cody stuff. And Jay is backstage. He's all fired up, I guess. And Bianca shows up to watch the main event. It's Rhea Bloody Ripley defending her Women's World Championship against Io Sky. And it's a main event, big deal. They give him 21 minutes until the end of the show. Now, mind you, I hadn't seen any of this shit because I actually took a nap before the movie, so I didn't know what the hell happened until a buddy of mine informed me. So he's like, don't be mad, but this happened. Okay. Io's undefeated against Rhea, except for non-tag team matches. Pretty much any singles match or any three-way. If I recall correctly, I think Io ended up winning winning the NXT Championship from Charlotte and Rhea in that three-way. You know, the one where Charlotte was the NXT Women's Champion, and it served absolutely no purpose. That was stupid. Anyway, they gave him 20 minutes, and look, they did some good stuff. They started off fast. There were a couple bobbles, as you would expect, but it was Rhea's power against Io's speed. And Rhea seemed to have hurt her left arm, which Io targeted, but Rhea would continue to power out. The arm twist on the apron was certainly a choice. I did like to swing into the barricade a little bit early on. Me next. And then a big boot for two. A lot of big boot love on this goddamn show. And an insane elbow for two. And Bianca, meanwhile, is just there, not factoring into the finish yet. We do then get knees in the corner. Rhea staring up at the spotlight. A powerbomb into the barricade and then a moonsault. And Rhea gets her foot on the rope just before the 3 count. And then a drop on the apron, a drop on the table. And Io nearly gets counted out, but Bianca's encouraging her to try to get back in the ring. She does. And Rhea says, you don't want to face me in Mania? You're scared? And she gets overconfident. She goes for the super riptide off the top. See you at WrestleMania. But then, Hurricanrana, moonsault, 1, 2, 3, big pop. Io wins. Rhea's, stupid. She's all upset. She's really, I'm just crumpling, even though I didn't mind the show. But yeah, she's crumpling. She's just all upset. She's crumbled under the pressure. I still think that we're going to get a 3-way at Mania. There's no way you leave Rhea Ripley off this goddamn show. There is no way you do that. And it's not the worst thing in the world if you want to have Bianca win the title, or you could have Io once again pin Rhea. Bianca does not lose her, does not take a pinfall. Put Bianca in a different direction against Jade, and then you move on and you find a way to work around and give Io a decent run with the championship. Because giving her just a 6-week run, I think, does a disservice to her. And normally I'd be mad about switching the title this close to WrestleMania, but as long as we get that 3-way, oh my, I'm all for it. So that being said, there is your Raw review. A little bit later than usual, but it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter, Letterboxd, Blue Sky handles in the description. I'm John Retlin, and I'll see you soon.